YouTube, what's up? It's your girl Sherelle, and I am back with another review for Tyler Perry's The Oval. And if you're tuning in for the very first time, be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button so it can let you know when I put up new videos, upload new videos, and be sure to like this video and comment down below on your thoughts of the season finale of The Oval so we can talk about it down in the comments. I want to see what y'all think is going to happen for season 2 predictions. So yeah, but anyway, y'all already see the title. Let's get into it. And this gonna be a long video because it was 2 hours of stuff I had to watch. So let's get to it. Anywho, we open up with Ellie and the president and the first lady, and Victoria is giving her them hands. You know, she going savage on her. Not classy, not bougie, but ratchet. She a savage. Choke her, slap her, drag her. She a savage. I'm like, boy, oh boy, first lady. Yeah, you are nothing to play with. I was like, towards everybody else, except for your mama, because we all know your mama run you and you don't play with her. But anywho, well, she dragged her for future dragons. She already know, like, I see what's going on in here. So, you know, Ellie is basically sitting there lying, talking about, oh my God, I didn't do anything. I'm just coming in here to tell him about the yellow panties that was found in the oval and this, that, and the fourth. Oh my God, I didn't do anything. And Victoria's like, you're lying. And Hunter is like, no, she came in here. Victoria, that's enough. Go back, leave. And she's basically telling her, you know, I'm just telling him what the press secretary is doing. She found some yellow underwear in the oval, and she is DNA testing them. They are not my underwear. You know, I would never do that, which we know she lying. You know, you wanted to give Hunter some of that good when you was opening up your dress before Victoria came in, but apparently Victoria couldn't hear what they were talking about. But, you know, so for a split second, Victoria believes her, and she's like, shut up. And Hunter is basically talking to Victoria, letting them know, like, look, it was Denise underwear. She's telling the truth. And Victoria's looking in all shock, like, okay, so she's like, I know that you're lying, and it's a matter of time before you start screwing this hussy over here. I know you. She your type. And before it's all over with, you are going to try to screw her. And which she is right, because she know her husband. And she's just looking like, I ain't stupid. Y'all the one that's stupid for thinking that I'm stupid. So I'm going to give you this dragon. I'm going to slap you, stomp you, drag you, because she's a savage, like I told you. So with that being said, you know, Hunter tells her, look, the press secretary found Denise underwear in here, and Ailey was coming in here to tell me what she said because she thought it was Ailey's underwear, but they were Denise underwear. And Victoria, you know, she's just like, you know, you're dumb, you're stupid, and what are you gonna do? And this, that, and the fourth. He was like, well, Donald, you know, basically yada yada is being taken care of. She was like, okay, all right, whatever, you keep it up. Keep it up with this BS, trusting these people to handle certain situations, thinking that they gonna handle it correctly, and they don't. But anywho, let's skirt past that. We go to Barry and Sharon. Barry wakes up, and you know, he basically tells Sharon how he feels about her going back to work with Kareem. And she's like, look, that's my job. I need my job. And he is like, look, I'm going to always feel some type of way as long as you're there and you're working there. And Sharon has the nerve to ask Barry, you know, does he sell drugs? And he basically like, Sharon, don't ask me no stupid ish like that ever again. Okay? He looked like he was about to slap her out the bed. Okay? So let's skirt past that. We go to Barry and Sam on the phone, and he asks Sam, you know, of course, is his mom, Nancy. Then he tells him yes, and he tells him that he's going to need his help finding his daughter. And he basically wants to talk to him about something else, but apparently they can't talk on the phone. He's willing to help, like a good goddad that he is, trying to help. He doesn't help you get out of jail so far with his favors and so forth and on. So of course he's gonna help him. You're his godson and his one and only godson. So he's gonna help. So we go to Nancy and Priscilla at Priscilla's house. And they're talking, and she basically tells her, like, look, you need to go home. You need to tell Richard everything that happened. You need to talk to your husband. And, if you need to get around in a car, take my car, drop me off at work, and, but talk to your husband. Go talk to your husband. So let's skirt past that. We go to Ellie, walks in her office and finds a sorry note from the president, and basically saying he's sorry for his wife, going savage on her. Bottom line. And he wants to offer her the press secretary Diane's job. So, yeah, she comes in, see that little note on there. She giggling because she feel like she won. She got what she probably wanted from the beginning, Diane's job, so yeah. So press secretary comes in. She comes in with an attitude. She's on the phone. She's basically telling Ellie, go get my coffee. Being just so rude. So daggone rude to Ellie. And I'm just looking like, dang, you just as rude as can be and don't even know what's about to hit you. Like, seriously. So Ellie calls her, her boyfriend, Alan, whatever his name is. He's Donald's assistant. And she lets him know, look, that bee is on her way towards you. So be prepared because she got a whole attitude. And she's basically letting him know. So let's skirt past that. So we go to Jean and Priscilla in the resident's kitchen, and she's talking. And she's talking to Priscilla about, what she saw. And she said, look, I saw something that was classified. I can't tell you. And she was like, all I know is that I cannot tell you because you're going to want to go and tell Sam. And lo and behold, she was right. Priscilla, she knows Priscilla. Like, Priscilla just feels like Sam will handle any and everything, which by far he has been handling everything that comes his way. I'm telling you, there's more than meets the eye, to me, in my honest opinion, with Sam. And I'm waiting for this all to unfold, the type of person Sam really is. So I think it's a lot more to Sam than we see right now. It's season 1. It's only season 1. We're waiting for it to progress and become more and so forth and on. But yeah, that's my opinion. So we go to the first lady. She comes in and we go back to the resident kitchen with Priscilla and Jean. And the first lady comes in and she basically tells Jean, I need you to help me pack my kids' stuff up. Come with me. You're going to pack Creepy Jason and Thought Pocket Gail ish up because they're going with my mama. I'm tired of these kids. Didn't I tell you, Gail, your mother was going to have something for you? This is only the beginning. And now you done drug Creepy Jason in it. And Creepy Jason, your mother's sick of you because you're walking around the White House naked. And on top of that, you're pulling your thing out at the restaurant table. So, oh yeah, she's sick of that too. She feel like y'all done lost y'all everlasting mind. So in order to get you back in line, she gonna have her mama to get you back in line. So there you go. There you have it. See, Gail, you done got yourself in trouble and your brother. So the first lady walks in Gail's room, and lo and behold, Jason is in there. So she about to get kill two birds with one stone. And she basically comes in there And she's like, pack all their stuff. And she basically runs it down. You are going to live with your grandmother because you went to go get a lawyer and you gave her the password. And we know that you've been watching pornography on your father's password and you gave it to Gail, and that's how she got that lawyer. So with that being said, both of y'all in trouble, and you going to stay with your grandmother. Now, how you like that? Didn't I tell you she was going to get you, Gail and Jason? Well, I said Gail, but I didn't know she was going to get Jason too. But so there you have it. And Jean proceeds to start packing this stuff. And, Gail comes out of nowhere and was like, did you find out anything about Pinky? And she was like, no, I didn't. She was like, I hate all of you. Why you hate them? They ain't do nothing to you. If anything, you're making their life a living hell being there because you just got a nasty attitude, So, anywho, so we go to the press secretary going into Donald's office to talk to Donald about what she heard about Uma and Max, and he basically asks her about the Ailey situation and the panties, and he was like, look, Diane, let me tell you something. Diane comes in there and she's running it down. She's kind of threatening Donald and basically saying like, look, Donald, I have put up with a lot of stuff and yada, yada, yada. And Donald was like, look, you need to give me them damn panties that you got, because you are not about to run no DNA on that, and you are not about to do all of that. And she is like, he is like, look, you can be very abrasive at times and you need to cool it. She's like, no, you meant to call me a witch. Yeah, he probably did meant to call you a witch because you're acting like a pure witch. And I can understand why the president don't want you working for him. And I can understand why you can't stand working for him. So y'all both have mutual feelings towards each other and valid feelings towards each other because y'all both get on each other's nerves. Okay? There you have it. So we move to Ailey telling her boyfriend about the president and how he wants to make her press secretary. And tells her, hold on, y'all. Oh my Lord, my daggone earring fell out. Give me a second, y'all, to put it back in. Now that's the first. A lot of times these earrings be in here. Let me pull. Yeah. So, yeah. So we go to the press secretary, Diane. Where were we? Okay. We were with Ailey and her boyfriend, and she called her boyfriend to tell her about everything that was going on with Diane and how the president wants to make her press secretary. Then we go to Diane, who calls the FBI agent after Donald told her not to run the sample in his office when they were talking and he was getting her together. And she told Donald that she wasn't going to do it. She was going to tell him not to go through with the DNA sample. And after all of that, she goes in her office, calls her FBI friend down at the FBI to tell them to run the DNA any damn way after Donald told her not to. Now, see, Diane, you getting beside yourself. You should have left it alone. See, this is what's going to get you fired because you're too eager to know too much and you're too abrasive, just like Donald said. So now you're about to get fired. Not only are you getting fired, you're going to get your feelings hurt. So we move to First Lady and Kyle, and she sees him in the hallway, and, she basically asks him, what did you do with the mattress? And he's basically like, you need to calm down and cool her out. It's been taken care of. I took the mattress and I burnt it. And she's basically saying to him, how do I know that there aren't no more copies? Well, you're just going to have to trust and believe that he didn't have any more copies. But Kyle proceeds to say, look, I'm an accomplice. I am an accomplice to this whole crime. Why would I make extra copies? Like, come on, First Lady, get it together. So she's looking like, you know what? I don't like you. I don't trust you. You know how she goes into all of that. And she's like, I think that you want my husband. He's pretty good in bed. And you should go and screw him. I know your kind. You want the president for yourself. So, Victoria, we can clearly see she has a high gaydar. She knows, she can tell when someone is gay because she was able to read Donald like it wasn't no tomorrow. And yeah, so now she got Kyle walking off the same way she had Donald walking off, all embarrassed and flustered and everything. So that was funny. So she got him together on that, and you know, basically got him together and had him walking away. He couldn't do nothing. So we go to Kareem and Sharon at the pharmacy. And Sharon goes in there and she tells Kareem that she's sorry. And then they proceed to go into the back and forth. And Kareem was like, you know what? You can have your job, but, don't worry about it because me and my girlfriend, we never broke up. We were still together. And Sharon was like, nah, you lying. He was like, no, call an actor. Be it pure petty, but how you get back with your girlfriend, but you got Sharon staying the night at your house, Kareem? Did you say that to make her mad? Probably so. Or he probably is telling the truth because, sometimes these men, they be doing some crazy, crazy stuff. Like some sneaky, sneaky, stupid stuff. Yeah, you gotta watch them. You gotta watch. You gotta watch some of these men because they sneaky. You gotta watch. But, they proceed and he's like, you know what, you want to go be with him and this, that, and the fourth. And she was like, well, oh well, you can't fire me because this, that, and the fourth. Of course he didn't fire her. And he was like, well, go back and get ready for work. And she's like, I'm gonna go get ready for work and yada yada yada. And they go back and forth. So Sharon is not fired. But Kareem, he is going to try to make a move on her. It's going to be hard for her to work around him. It's going to be hard for him to have her there because he still want to give her something she could feel. Okay. So we move to Colin Donald and he shows him the divorce papers that Lily found. And Donald proceeds, he's like, so you know what we got to do. And Donald was like, well, I don't want to know that when you do it. Don't tell me because I don't need to know. So yeah, they plotting about killing Lily and Colin's running it down. She has help, yada, yada, yada. So let's skirt past that. We go to Elan comes into Donald's office and tell him that the president made Illy press secretary. Now you got Donald looking like, oh, shucks. It's about to be some BS. Oh, yes, it's about to be some BS because we know good and doggone well Diane ain't going for somebody trying to take her job and she been there for 20 years and this little hussy here only been here for less than 5 and going to take her job and she's just looking like, look, I done did too much up in here to help him and every other president. So who are you to fire me? So you got the president and Ellie and they're talking and she's basically thanking him, for giving her the job. And the press secretary walks in, and Donald is walking in, and Diane is walking in, and basically he tells her that she's fired, and it's an all-out argument and so forth and on, and she's just going off like she normally do. And let's skirt past that. Now let's get to this scene here. See, Ellie, this is why you got your behind kicked by the first lady. That's why she went savage on you. That's why she had to slap you, choke you, drag you, savage style. Because she knew that you tramp you wanted her husband. And she got you. She got you. She got you. So After Donald and Diane leaves, Ellie is all thanking the president and they proceeds to having sex in the Oval. She's telling him, oh, she thanks him and this is her letter of, letter to confirmation or something like that, to that degree, your briefing or whatever, that yeah, you can come on and give me something I can feel and I can give you something that you can feel to let you know that my love is real. So they having sex in the Oval. See, that's what got you dragged. See, that's what got your ass kicked. See, the first lady already knew because she know her husband. She know he a low down dirty dog. Okay? But she also knows you're kind. So she said, well, I don't have no actual proof, but I'm going to still kick your behind. So she's telling him, yeah. So, Ely, you deserve to get slapped, dragged, and everything else. Because the first lady knew what you was trying to do. So let's move on to Jason and Jean. So Jean is in Jason's room packing his stuff. And he's upset because he got to leave. And, he start going off on Jean, basically venting his feelings and frustration, saying how this house sucks and, how asking Jean, does she sucks? And this, that, and the fourth. And, her job is to please her. And lo and behold, he hauls off and starts sexually assaulting Jean in his room, in his closet. And he's basically, she's trying to get away. And as she's trying to get away, he's like, well, I'll give you some money not to tell. And she's basically trying to get out of there. And before she can get out of there, he proceeds to strangle her and kills her and put her under his bed. Victoria comes in and sees that he's distraught, and everything. He's basically sitting there looking crazy. And I'm looking like, Victoria, you can't see that this boy is out of his mind, that he done did something that he ain't got no business doing. You ain't got enough common sense to check the room. No. She ain't checked the room. He just looking crazy, and she just want to get them out the house and out of her hair. That she's like, why are you looking like that? Why are you looking stupid like that? And yeah, they go to Jason kills Jean. And something he said, this is my second time. So I'm thinking, did Jason kill Denise? Did he come in that room at some point and try to jump on Denise the same way he did Jean and kill Denise? Chop her head off. Lily had a point, First Lady. He's a serial killer. I'm just looking like, Tyler, why Jean got to die? Why the good ones got to go? Why? Why couldn't Jean stick around? Jason had to kill Jean. Or you just had to put that all in there and give us the illusion that he killed Denise, huh, Tyler? So we're going to skirt past that. We're going to move from that because that brought me down a little bit, y'all. I'm not going to lie. Then we go to Donald and the press secretary, and they're going back and forth. And she's basically letting him know, oh, I'm about to set it off up in here and watch me work. And she proceeds, to go in to do a press conference and lay it all out there about everything, about the president and everything that's going on. And she basically goes out there and tells the press how she found some yellow panties, how they belong to a dead girl. Okay. And how the president fired her, and how the person that's taking her job is someone that he is currently screwing. And then she looks over at Ellie and proceeds to start reading her. She was like, well, come on up here and introduce yourself to everyone. Don't worry. I'll sanitize this mic after you're done, because we all know that you were on your knees giving the president something he can feel. Ooh. Then we go to Sam and Priscilla back in the residence. Sam's coming in there to talk to Priscilla. He's mad. And she's basically, they're going at it because they're not having sex. They're not doing any of that. And Sam is all heated, and Priscilla is joking about it. Priscilla, you're not having sex with your husband is never a good thing. Not saying that we giving Sam a pass to cheat, but you made it very easy for him to cheat and go. You're making it very easy for him to cheat because you're not having sex. If I had a husband that wanted to sex me down all the time, that was into me, to me, that's sexy. When you have a man that's into you, like the same way Sam is into Priscilla, like he really wants to make love to his wife, and for you to push that away, like, to me, that's sexy. If I had a man that I was living with and who was into me like that, and who wanted to make love to me like that and give me something I can feel like that, I would love to have that, because I don't have that right now. So I guess, it's easy for me to say that because I don't have that. But, someone on the outside looking in, that's never a good thing if you ain't screwing your husband, because you leave the doors open for someone else to come in. And I'm not condoning cheating. I'm really not. But you made it easy for him to do it. And he gonna do it because he is a man and he has needs. And that's that. And that's just how men are. Doggish ways. Women, we can hold out forever. Yeah, but men, they can't. And sometimes you got some women who can't hold out, but most women can hold out. And she been holding out for 3 weeks, apparently. And I'm just looking at her like, something ain't right in the water. Why you don't want to have sex really with your husband? You that tired? But yeah. So let's skirt past that. We go to Nancy coming in the house. And Richard's like, what are you doing here? Are you ready to tell me who the daddy is? And she's like, no, I'm not telling you. And he said, he is like, well, you need to leave. And she said, I ain't going nowhere because half of my money paid for this house too. And he said, yeah, half of my money paid for this house. And I was faithful. And he proceeds to telling her that if you stay here, I'm going to make your life a living hell. And she said, well, do what you need to do, because I ain't going nowhere because I paid for this house too. And I'm just looking like, now, Richard, now. Come on now. This is not the upstanding Richard we all know. You can't be up in here making Nancy life a living hell. But there's more to this story. Tyler gonna give us a spin, the reason why she don't want to tell him, because if she tells him, it's gonna hit the fan. So eventually we're gonna find out why she don't want to tell him and who the daddy really is. But let's skirt past that. We go to the first lady, Jason and Gail, with her mother. So Victoria's mother walks in and she's looking at me like, spare me with the bull crap. And she's just like, how does it feel to have this come back on you? The same thing your kids are doing to you did to me. So how does it feel, that you're reaping what you sow? You was an out of control teen, and now they're out of control teen. So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So you reap what you sow. How you are as a child may come back on you when you're a parent. And apparently it did. Apparently Victoria was wild as Gail and Jason too. And that's why she ended up pregnant or whatever. So she's basically reading Victoria for filth. And she's like, you have really disappointed me. And she's like, listen, she's basically, hold on, let me get my Victoria mother on. The both of you are going to spend some time in the cabinet and doing yada, yada, yada. And both of you are going to come along and you're going to go through the same treatment that your mother once did. And if you get out of line, there will be hell to pay. And Victoria's mother's words. I said, that lady is a piece of work, a whole piece of work. They don't play with her. Basically, what she wanted to say, one of you MFers, if you try me, will end up dead. You got me? So she's basically, both of you are coming with me, whether you like it or not. And she proceeds to read in Victoria, you are a complete screw up. You have disappointed me and your father. I am sick or tired of cleaning up your ish. Yeah. I like Mama. She's funny to me. So, of course, Jason goes with the grandmama without putting up a fight. And we move to Sam and the First Lady. And she's asking Sam for her help, for his help, just in case Gail acts stupid or whatever, put up a fight. And Sam is looking at her like, ma'am, are you okay? And it doesn't seem like you're okay. And he's like, look, it's just a phase. Kids go through it. They'll eventually grow at it. And she's like, I ain't thinking about my kids. I don't give a damn about them kids. Forget them kids. And he's just like, oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Blah, blah. I'm sorry. She's just like, look, I got a lot on my mind, and Sam is feeling a little bit bad for her. And yeah. So let's move past that. So we move to the next episode with not the next episode, the next scene. This is an all-in-one. This is, y'all gonna get this all in one. I ain't doing two parts. This gonna be a long video, but we go to Barry finding Ruth. And he basically yoke her up and drag her in the car. He's like, where is my daughter, Ruth? I ain't got time to be playing with you. She's like, she's with the Most Highest. He has her. If I try to go and do anything, he'll kill the both of us. And he's like, well, you coming with me. And he drags her. I'm glad that he was able to I'm glad she alive. I'm glad Barry was able to get a hold on her. And now he can drag her to the nearest police station or to his to his godfather Sam, to help him out and get some information so they can basically help get that baby out of there. Because she don't belong in that with the Rackadoochies. That name, it just sound crazy. It sound like a Coke, Rackadoochies. I was just like, that's right, Barry, get her. He yokes her up, throws her in the car. She crying and acting crazy because she probably think he gonna kill her, but I don't think he gonna do anything crazy. I just think he's taking her somewhere where she can give some information. So go ahead, Barry, for that one. So we move to Sam and the First Lady. She basically tells Sam to come in the bathroom. And she got her little slip on, her little negligee, and she's showing her body off to Sam. And Sam is stumped, like, by her in a little silk nightgown. And he looking like, what the hell? He looking like, what the hell? But he's still a man, and he's still a little bit turned on. And she's talking to him all seductive, asking him, can he arrange her to be able to run at night? And he's like, ma'am, I don't think that's possible, because we're at the White House. And she's coming on strong to Sam, like, I used to run track and I got to keep my legs intact and this, that, and the fourth. And Sam's just looking like, this ain't good, especially for me. And she proceeds to seducing Sam and giving Sam a D session. And he's telling her to stop and trying to push her off, but he couldn't fight it because, like I told you, Priscilla, you made it easy for Sam to get that. To let the First Lady go down. God, Sam. Lord have mercy. Sam getting head from the First Lady. He getting a D session from the First Lady. Lord have mercy. Now we go to Ellie and Diane, and she's back. They're back in the office. They're arguing and so forth and on. And she fires Diane. And like I told you before and earlier, how Diane starts talking to the press and yada, yada, yada. And I missed it when she was talking to the press. You seen the president running down the hallway because he can hear, of course, at the press. I guess the press secretary, the press and all of that is connected to the Oval Office where they have some sort of intercom system, and they can hear exactly what's going on, when they're feeding information to the press. And the president takes off running, trying to get to Diane. And, Donald is basically holding him back because he is about to strangle her. He is going towards her so she can strangle her. She said, and let me tell you something, I am completely healthy. So if something happens to me, you better do an investigation on these mother effers because I'm completely healthy. And yeah, they're going to try to kill me because I just emptied out all this information to y'all. Mics drop. Boom. So now the president is mad. Donald drags him back to the Oval Office. He's pissed at Donald because he feel like, Donald, you didn't handle the situation. So guess what? You're fired. Get out. You're fired. So Kyle comes in and he's talking the president down. And he's like, look, Donald is as good as it get. And he's a great guy to have on your team. And trust and believe me, he can spend this. Just give him some time to spend it. And he will spend it and have everyone eating out of the palm of his hand. And have everybody looking at Diane like they're crazy. So Kyle talks. He's able to talk the president down. And guess what? Lo and behold, Donald's not fired. And Kyle goes and tells Donald he's not fired. So we get to Ellie and Elaine, whatever his name is, her boyfriend. And he's asking her what happened. And she's basically telling him everything that happened and how Diane is just crazy. She's out of her mind. She doesn't understand why she was saying all of that stuff. And she basically lied to her daggone boyfriend about everything. You screwed the president so you can get that job because you thought a press secretary job would look good on you. And now you got it. And now you're lying to your boyfriend. Let's move past that. Now we go to Donald walking in the office. And he's basically like looking at her like, you really think that you can handle this job? You really think that you were something, that you're doing something? And Ellie proceeds to say, well, I know I can handle the job because I was taught by her. And I'm about to destroy her. And he's looking at her like, what you got in your hand? She was like, Diane's medical records, and I'm about to destroy her. I'm about to leave this out to the press. Watch me spin this. Now we find out that Diane has bipolar disorder. She was on drugs and she liked to smoke a little bit of yak, And now Ellie is about to expose Diane and try to make her seem like she crazy and she's unstable, and they don't know what she's talking about. So she proceeds to go out there and talk to the press and let them know everything that she knows, and she starts answering questions. And now you got Donald and Kyle looking at her like, oh, she really can handle herself and she really is doing a good job. And yeah, so she's giving a press conference and she's switching up the story. And now, of course, the press is eating it up, and they're probably thinking that Diane is crazy. Like, she came out there and she had one of her bipolar episodes. So that's what Ellie is going to try to spin and put out there to the press. But we're going to see how good Diane is, that she can come back from all this in season 2. So we go to the maid who is walking into the residence to talk to Priscilla and asks if she's seen Jean. And she's like, no, I haven't seen Jean. It's unlike her. She said, well, she's not answering, when we call her on the intercom, she's not responding. And she's like, well, that's not like her. And she's like, well, go try to find her. And the maid proceeds to try to find her. So in the mix of that, Priscilla, she goes to the residence where the first lady is to find Sam and try to make it up to him and try to talk to him. Now, Sam coming out of the suite, residence suite, after having a D-section from the first lady, and he can't even look at Priscilla because he know he's all in shame right now. He know he done messed up. You know you done messed up, right, Sam? But hopefully Priscilla can forgive you. And hopefully she don't try to go savage on the first lady, because she already said she would cut a bee. And I believe Priscilla will cut the first lady because you done screwed her husband. And then Hunter, the president, probably going to be laughing at it all. And yeah. But anywho, so they're talking and she's like, you know what, Sam? I'm sorry. I've been selfish and this, that, and the fourth. I want to make it up to you tonight, cook you a special meal. And baby, I want to give you something you can feel. And Sam's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. And she's like, well, Sam, look at me. And Sam can't even look at her. She's like, Sam, would you look at me, turn around and talk to me and look at me in my face? And Sam turns around. Boing! He's still hard from the first lady giving him it. And she's looking like, Sam, oh my God, what's going on? And all of a sudden, he just immediately grabs her. He's like, we can't talk here. And he pulls her so they can go and talk somewhere private. And that goes off like that because she knows something happened between the first lady and Sam. And Sam is trying to get her out of there so it won't be a spectacle. So there you have it. Now, we go to the maid who is coming in Jason's room. And she's coming there trying to straighten up. And she's next to the bed. So she feels something hard. She proceeds to go in, looking down on the floor. And lo and behold, we find Ruth up under Jason. She finds Jean up under Jason's bed, dead. And she walks out screaming her head off. And yeah, it ends like that. And that's my review for the Oval, you guys. So we know the press secretary is fired, right? We know Ellie took her position. Ellie screwed the president. Jean is dead. Max might still be alive. The first lady done gave Sam a D session. Okay. Sharon got her job back. Barry found Ruth. Nancy is back home with Richard and he plans on making her life a living hell. Lily, she done skipped town. And another thing too, Donald basically tells Kyle not to kill her. And yeah, that's a whole lot. It was pretty good. It was juicy. But I don't understand why it was a 2 hour episode. Tyler, you could have gave us another one next week too. You could have left us hanging on, but it's your show. You do what you want. But I'm ready for season 2 to see what you got. And I'm also ready for Sisters and the Have Not. So y'all, that's my review for The Oval. Drop down in the comments and tell me what y'all thought about this 2 hour episode. Tell me what are your thoughts, what you predict is going to happen in season 2. Tell me how you felt about this whole, both of them, like both episodes, because I have my thoughts, but I want to hear y'all thoughts and hear y'all predictions and all of that, because like I said before, it's really good and I love getting down in the comments and talking to you guys and hearing your opinions and so forth and on. And yeah, this is a long video because it was a 2 hour session and I'm trying to cram it up into 1 or an hour or less than an hour. So it was a lot, and I hope you guys like my review. Until next time, see you, shugs.